Hi everybody, Jay Marino here, welcome back. It's Shadows of Hatred, a custom campaign for Warcraft 3, created by Sclammerz, follows Maiev and Akama through the Burning Crusade expansion of World of Warcraft, which was the first expansion of the game. We're on the last mission, Chapter 10, Fury of the Betrayer. We're heading into the Black Temple. I know it's the last mission just based on the count of maps, assuming that there's an epilogue after this, which I feel like we can be pretty certain there will be one of those. So let's go. Regardless of Akama's whereabouts, Maiev, Anindra, and Lady Soraya ventured deeper into the Black Temple through a sewer entrance determined to end Illidan's reign. No, Akama, come back. I gave you my Finger of Death item. Granted, those usually fall off in usefulness over time in these custom campaigns because everything has so much HP, but it also had some pretty good stat buffs with it, too. Ah, so we're finally here. Illidan has nowhere to run. The time has come for him to face justice. The Broken, Akama, haven't been found yet. Even his underlings are nowhere to be found. Something must have happened to him. He would not disappear into thin air like that. Yes, it was strange of him and his brethren to disappear like that. I can only think that it's associated with Illidan's doings, one way or another. Perhaps. If it is indeed true, then we can find him somewhere here, hopefully. Nonetheless, these halls are unfamiliar to us. Only Akama and his men are adept at scouring this cursed temple. Fair point. We have no choice but to seek him out first, if he is here. I remember this temple was once a temple of worship and peace, not as an abomination has become. Reality is often disappointing. We better move. Let us not waste any more time. Okay, Soraya, let's go ahead and just give you your 2 points. Divine Storm, very nice.
Illidan is out there
okay,
somewhere.
Cool. So we've got these ladies on their hotkey. Find Akama and his men, defeat Illidan. There is an optional quest also. Finally, Maiev and her allies are inside Illidan's Black Temple to put an end to his reign. However, before that, she must search for Akama and his men. It looks like we have access to all of our normal Draenei and Night Elfin buildings. Okay. And truly, it looks like we have a little bit of everything. So what I'm going to do, as I have been doing, is basically take my units that can buff my heroes and then mostly creep through this with my heroes first. Alright, so we've got the Watcher. I mean, honestly, just getting, like, dumping all my supply and just getting Mystics to... Mystics and, what are they called? Anchorites. And the Anchorites make us magic immune. And then the Mystics just use Shadowbind on the enemy heroes. Now, assuming they're not magic immune, and they might be in certain circumstances, so let's just be extra careful. So let's go Lunar Shield. We can also use Spirit Link. I think that's acceptable. You stay here because you provide nothing. What else could we make that would help here? Honestly, I think just the Priestess. The Draenei, on the other hand, we've got specifically the Anchorite who can buff us. We've got the Vindicator who can buff us. And I think that's it. We could use Splitting Mirage as well.
Good fortune.
Just use that on Maiev and then run in would be really good. And then like a Priest would be good or something that can dispel. So we could bring Battle Maiden forward as well. So this is my follow-up group. And I can't build anything right now, so I'm not going to bother. Berserk, War Stomp, okay, so this is good. Okay, so let's go. Let's see what we can do pretty much with just these heroes. It looks like we're going to need to use Maiev to go over here anyway, so let's blink.
I can wait no longer.
I should check my item layout here because I may actually have some really good. Just keep moving away and blinking back, and they get roasted. Did that raise a thing? It did. Okay, so I know that we had a plus strength item on here. Kar's Burning Heart. Yeah, let's give this to Soraya. And then why don't you just trade her the Parry Apt? That's fine. Hewing Axe is fine. So Maiev has... yeah, so she has Lifesteal and she has the chance to... Didn't she have something like a chance to critical hit, or did I give that to someone else? Or maybe I never had that. Honestly, I'm fine with these. I'm fine with these. And we want to use that Helm of Battlethirst at times as well. Okay, that's just me reviewing our options. Let's get started. This is probably going to be a long raid map, so let's move in. Please. Okay, there you go. Maiev has the priority on the command card, so if there's something on the ground to pick up, she's gonna do it. Honestly, like, Maiev is a tank in and of herself, so I think we want to put HP on her instead of Soraya, who's strength-based and gets a bonus anyway. Okay, there's a random waygate there. Hello, okay. More of these sewer wretches. Hydra, kill it before it can do more harm. Silence it, please. Okay, let's get her onto it. Shadow Strike. Once again, silence it. We can give it a quick stun as well. Can use Helm of Battlethirst. Of course it's attacking her because it's like somehow knows that she's got Helm of Battlethirst. Manual of Health. Again, that's the kind of thing I think we just put that on Maiev. And then for Intelligence, I think we actually give that to Soraya because she has that mass heal, which is going to be really important. So let's do that. And let's whoa! Where did we go? What just happened? What? I mean, yeah, I'll put these all on Maiev. Like down here. Okay, so let's watch what we get for this. Wow, that's actually a lot of HP and mana. That's actually excellent. Because we got one of those in a previous map, and I didn't know what bonus we got for it. That's actually quite significant. Okay, so let's move up with everybody. In fact, what I could do is just bring all my other units and essentially let them die so that I could replace them with more efficient spellcasters. Like, I'd probably do our typical priestess. Do you have any up here too? Priestess, and then what are they called? Battle Maiden, and then we kind of do the same here with the Draenei, where we get the Anchorites, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Really, just the Anchorites, and then the Vindicators would be good. And then with our extra supply, we flesh it out with just Wardens, whatever they're called. I always forget what they're called, but we can just lock down the bosses. We can also do that with our Battle Maidens, but it doesn't last nearly as long. Okay, so let's, again, kind of keep inching forward with this group. Can't go through there, so it looks like we're going to have to go through the Waygate here. And we can bring forward our spellcasting group as well to do that. Oh, okay, well, I just sent him through. That's fine. This is fine. Our AoE is pretty monstrous right now. Again, beefing up Maiev seems to be really important. Granted, Soraya's spells are really strong, so we want to make sure that we... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's bring our spellcasters forward to buff us up.
Let's get going.
Let's also go ahead and just get out Vengeance. We can get some units here. Okay, important things. So here. Here.
Do you require medication?
Do you require medication? Lunar shield me. Give me a mirror image of my... Oh, okay, we got to do that first. Let's just go. Who is it? It should be... Yeah, it should be Coral Man. High Warlord Nagentis. You will die in the name of Lady Vaj. I think a ninja's just like right on top of him. That's not good. All right, go. Dude, he's getting just absolutely roasted. Stun him. Let's use her ultimate here. She is in an ice shell. I feel like I probably should break her out. I think let's just kill him. Can we break her out? Yes, we can. Okay, well, that was a big stun that we got on him. Let's just focus him down. Get Maiev out. And these, none of these sea callers could do a single thing because we're magic immune. Again, that's one of the most abusable things in these, and I hope it doesn't get changed, because I feel like it's one of the only ways that I've been able to actually accomplish anything in these raid. Like, it's the reason that I've enjoyed these raid missions instead of absolutely hating them, right? Not to say that I necessarily would have hated them completely, but, like, you remember Hellfire Citadel, where, like, if I would have been using the strategies then that I am now, it would have been a massively different experience, I feel like. Now I'm actually quite enjoying these raids, especially because it really brings me back to Burning Crusade, because I recognize all of these dungeon and raid bosses. But back, you know, like the Hellfire Citadel ones, I kind of want to go back and play again, just because of how much I struggle with them, and I know that I could have done them so much better.
The hunt awaits.
But that's okay.
I can wait no longer. The end draws near. The man is blessed. I await your command. No problem.
Let's use our staff after this to get this guy up. He is mine.
Let's get going. Illidan is out there somewhere.
Again, we just keep pushing forward. We can get vengeance out again. Oh, oh shit, we didn't buff for this. It's Supremus, or whatever his name is.
We're wasting time. The end draws near.
This is mostly a tank and spank here. Oh, I hate it. So he summons Volcano, and I think we just want to back away from it.
For the Watchers.
He's not immune to magic, interestingly enough. Let's just see if we can burn through him. And we did. Let's kill these. That was very dicey.
I will lead the way. Justice
Very nice. Didn't Agentis drop anything? I feel like I didn't even look. Did the Hydra drop anything? Again, these are like, I feel like I didn't even look. Let's just, like, send a unit and go and look. Can we also... is this destroyable? We should go and... Let's, like, keep pushing forward and then check later. Again, I want to check all my items right now. Another thing, too... Oh, there's the critical damage. Fangs of Vaj. I think we give the Fangs of Vaj to Maiev, and we give the Pendant of Mana to Soraya, because Soraya's usually short on mana, and her spells are very, very crucial. Fangs of Vaj are going to be incredible for Maiev. I knew I had a critical strike item, but I had forgotten where it was. Alright, why don't we just send you through there. Let's move our caster group up, and maybe we want to... Night Lord. That's another one where we probably want to just raise it if we can. This might be the Shade of Akama fight. So let's buff up before we go in here. Okay, so the first thing is we want to duplicate here.
Good health. Do you require medication?
Open your heart.
Okay, I think this works on them. No, it doesn't, but that's all right. Okay, let's go.
The end draws near.
Here we go.
Yes, I will lead the way.
Move in on top of the Night Lord and spin to win. Stun this guy. What's being said here? For Lord Illidan, it's the Ash Tongue, but why are they hostile to us? What happened to them? Even I do not know the answer to that. Only Akama can explain himself. He must be here somewhere if his men are here. We should at the very least spare his men as much as possible until we find him. Illidan has something to do with this for sure. Well, we're going to clear out this room, and I guess then we'll try to... So, yeah, leave them alone. They're probably going to join us if we can keep them alive. Healing wards, and then let's raise the Night Lord. Okay, so we want to avoid the broken where possible. We could also probably CC them. So we have to find and kill the Shade of Akama, and then they should all become friendly to us.
I can wait no longer. The end draws near.
Random circle of power.
May the light guide you.
Please.
I will lead the way.
Level 1 weapons and armor. These weapons and armor could prove useful. We have to find more of these caches. Okay, cool. That's our side objective. Can he not go through the...
Illidan is out there somewhere.
Maybe only our heroes can go through it? Not heroes, but...
I will finish.
Ah, no, we just can't use that yet.
Blessings
Let
upon
me check up here real quick. That's it, okay. Let's buff up before we go through. So mirror image Maiev.
Yes. Good health.
This magic immunity is the best. Please don't nerf it, please.
the hunter waits. The Nile's blessings and
Okay,
guilty
through here.
We're wasting time here.
Yep, that's the shade of Akama. Let's go. What happened to you, Akama? Why are you on Illidan's side? A sudden change of heart? Uninvited guests. I will slay all who oppose Lord Illidan. We probably don't want to kill him. It seems we have to knock you out of your senses then. Okay, so no, we do have to... just stun him out of that. Hello?
Last much longer.
Excellent.
Fight on, friends. Kill him and end the curse on my people.
Okay. Silence him straight away. Blink over here. We can kill the wolves. This should be very easy. Just don't attack Akama himself. There we go.
Justice will
So now he should join us, I think. I assume. Broken of the Ash-Tongue tribe, your leader speaks. The betrayer no longer holds sway over us. His dark magic over the Ash-Tongue soul has been destroyed. Come out from the shadows. I've returned to lead you against our true enemy. Shed your chains and raise your weapons against the Illidari masters. Hail our leader. Hail Akama. Hell yeah. I think maybe Gorefiend is next. Cool, so now we have even more units. So who can buff us? The Wind Rush Totem can buff us.
Is yours. My ancestors call.
You can now train Broken Draenei units. Don't mention it. Now we will only have to deal with Illidan. Let's hurry. Illidan will pay.
My strength.
We're wasting
Okay,
time
get added to my group, buddy.
Share our ways. I am
Very nice. Okay, and he's got his final 2 levels. So now we got like a monstrous hero group. Absolutely monstrous.
Now's the time.
And I think we got all these units because we spared them all in this main hall, which is
Wait no longer.
important. Healing wards would be absolutely fine to hold on to.
We're wasting time here.
Okay, so let's move our caster group out, and then we've got all this other stuff that is ready to go with us. That door is open. Let's see where this takes us. Let's, oh wait, he's just got Healing Surge. It's like I haven't used him for a couple of missions and I already forget what he can do. So let's move on up here.
Good health. Long life.
This is why we just want multiples of
Require medication.
these anchorites, so that we can quick cast these magic immunities.
Long life.
We're wasting time here. I will
Okay, we still
finish
can't even use that, so let's just head over here. You all move on up. And I'm like way above supply, so like as much as I want to replace a lot of these units with more useful things, let's just try to keep everything alive and then we'll go from here.
Now is the time.
Blood Boil, I remember him. So quick save here.
The guilty
Move in. Give me this.
This may hurt.
Use your ultimate. Stun here. Blink over. I just want to kill all of his extra units first.
Let's get going.
Okay, silence him. Lady Soraya can
Quickly!
heal herself. Obviously, we're just gonna...
I await your command.
try to kill these guys quickly.
For justice. We're wasting time here.
They do heal him pretty fast. He might do it again, I'm not sure. I could have brought in someone to dispel him, but that's not necessary. He's gonna enjoy getting murdered, that's what he says.
Somewhere.
We will
We
share.
must hurry.
Yeah.
The end draws
Boom
near.
and boom. And there's +2 stuff.
Now is the
Very
time.
nice.
The hunt awaits.
All right, we got the
I
Spirit of
can wait no
Vengeance out. We
longer.
got our summons out, so I'm going to
Now
assume
is
that
the
that's going to
time.
activate this.
I will finish the hunt.
Again, these are... I think Terran Gorefiend is probably going to be next, if I remember correctly. I'll try to move in and actually
We must hurry.
get more involved next time
Just do it.
with my other casters. I mean, honestly, this is working fine, and I see no reason to screw it up. So I guess we'll just keep doing it this way.
Do you require medication?
The hunt awaits.
Okay, let's go.
Our warriors have engaged.
Healing Salve, not necessary. Let's quick save. We're doing very well.
The guilty will suffer. Absolutely.
Okay, lots of skeletons. Ninja actually getting roasted. It's alright, we can heal her up.
Absolutely. We're wasting time here.
Maybe we should pick up the healing salve, am I right?
Guilty will suffer. I will finish the hunt.
Yeah. Well, Hand of Gorefiend and not quite Gorefiend himself. Let's go. We can rebuff after this. I thought he was fleeing for a second.
Excellent.
Stun him. Oh, I was going to say she's immune to magic, so I can't actually... There we go.
The Naru's blessings.
Book of the Dead, I think, is just skeletons, right? You just get a bunch of skeletons, which could be okay in certain circumstances, but... I mean, they're just going to die super quick, right? So let's we could... Well, I was going to say, let's wait for this to go down and then buff back up and then go.
May the light guide you.
I don't think... It'd be cool if we could get, like, a Wind Fury thing going. The thing is, as soon as we make the magic immune, it dispels all of these buffs, right?
Arcanon Poros.
Arcanon Poros. Good fortune. The hunt
Okay,
awaits.
let's go.
Our warriors
Quick save.
We're wasting time here. I will lead the way. We must hurry. Excellent.
Yeah, bringing a Dispel with us would have been really good. I have a Staff of Silence, don't I? Who has that? I thought I had a Staff of Silence. Did I drop it? Oh, that was a Shana. Never mind. I did not have a Staff of Silence. Quick save, because we could bring people forward if we wanted to. Or let's just go for Gorefiend.
First, for me, the wheel of death has spun many times.
Just going to use Divine Edict straight away.
So much time has passed. I have a lot of catching up to do.
I'm listening. No problem. We're wasting time here.
Oh, he's in the back. My bad. No usable corpses, my ass.
The guilty will suffer. I'm listening.
I think we need to kill these.
Excellent. I await your command. Let's get going.
That should do it. Okay, we got one of them. This was one where like like people in the raid inevitably would die, and then what would happen was it would summon ghosts that only the dead people could kill. Like you had to kill them in like a special form, and it was awful. because you had to rely on like just 1 or 2 people to not screw it up. And if Ghosts got in the raid, they would wipe you very easily, actually. Okay, quick save. We're still doing very well. More gold. And +3.
I'm listening.
Now our warriors are more than ready to face Illidan. Alright, let's go through here and see where it takes us. This looks like it's going to be Mother Shiraz, which means there's only 2 boss encounters left.
I await your command. I'm listening.
A ninja, I feel like, is just going to get totally roasted in, like, near the end of the fights.
Illidan is out there somewhere.
Speaking of Ishana and Vorenthal, I thought they would be here, but they are not. Let's not. There's no reason to engage her until we buff.
Good fortune.
Right, we can bring everybody else, like, up to here. But the fact that I'm so far oversupplied, I would prefer to keep as much alive as possible to go into the Illidan fight, right? So,
Hunt awaits.
get all these up here. I think the first thing we'll do is mirror image Maiev.
You behave like a child.
Do you require medication? Arcanon Poros.
Okay, we can always just rebuild more of these anchorites where necessary. Quick save now. And let's...
Justice will be done. I can wait no longer.
Let's go.
We must hurry. The end draws near.
So, business or pleasure?
I was going to say,
You pay.
she's going to have something sassy to say.
No problem. The hunt awaits. We must hurry. I can wait no longer. Yes. Excellent.
She's trying to keep her stunned as best as possible. Probably going to have a phase 2, as we've seen. Every single boss... Every single boss has like a... They unholy frenzy themselves. She's going down like a piece of shit. Just boom, dead.
I wasn't finished.
Easy.
Somewhere.
And then a bunch of stuff to pick up behind the curtains.
Must be done.
Justice will be
I guess
done.
if there was a map to be actually using more units, it would be this one, because we have access to all these resources to build more. I believe the Illidari Council is next.
Remain vigilant.
My strength is yours.
And you all move up. And move up. So all these units are just going to be totally sacrificed upon entering the final fight with Illidan. The best I can do is try to buff ourselves before we just walk into it.
Let's get going.
A ninja's going to go down really quick, but I think Maiev, Akama, and Lady Soraya should survive long enough to actually take him down. That's the goal, at least. Okay, so what are we doing? Number 1, this is just open, so let's quick save and see if it's the Illidari. It's not, it's just a way gate, so let's
Now is the time.
murder as many of these as possible straight up.
We're wasting time.
Again, I'm going to quick save and I'm going to test this out. I don't want to...
We must hurry.
I don't want to cast my magic immunity unless it's like right before we start a boss encounter. More gold here. Again, I could rebuild my whole army if I lost it all, but let's be extra careful.
Justice will be
Oh, this sucks. Let's just pick one. Poor ninja is just stuck in here. Honestly, this is probably one of the hardest boss encounters. And these don't leave corpses either. That's a bummer.
I await your command. We're wasting time here. We must hurry. Now is the time.
Okay, that's not the council either.
Finish the hunt. The guilty will suffer. Now is the time. Let's get going. Renan's blessings on them.
I'm really just, again, I'm just mostly only concerned with these golems. Very, very strong compared to Rise of the Blood Elves. And they were strong in Rise of the Blood Elves too, but I feel like that area stun that they have, it's ranged, so it's not even like War Stomp. It's just that much
We're
much better.
wasting time here. The end draws near.
Go in peace.
Oops, didn't mean to do
Yes.
that.
I give you
Let's
my
check again.
wisdom.
This should be the council. It is. I don't remember what this group does, so I'm just going to do my best to just nuke the shit out of them like usual. I really don't know what else I could do to make this any better or worse. Let's try to just run up to this general direction. Get everyone moved up. They're all going to get warped to Illidan anyway once this is done. I will say, because the boss fights happen so fast, because the whole idea, as I've said many times, is boss damage output is a little ridiculous, and because of that, it's very difficult to,
Go in peace.
I think, incorporate any, like, interesting boss mechanics. It's mostly tank and spank, just because,
Have you reached a verdict?
unfortunately, everything happens so fast, like, so unbelievably fast. It's very, very difficult.
How can this old one help? I will do what I can.
Where did all my other units
By
go?
the way,
Again, it's very, very difficult to, like, incorporate much other stuff.
How can this old one help?
Let's just send him through here.
My strength is yours.
And that's why I don't want to say that I cheese them. There's some gold there, but I don't need it. But I do, like, I do semi-cheese them in a way. It's more just like,
We will share our ways. I'll do my best.
did I go the right way here? I think so. But, I mean, I'm going to abuse magic immunity where possible. It's very, very strong, so of course I'm going to use it.
Yes.
Maev's doing some, like, pretty monstrous damage. Let's put down a Wind Fury Totem, too. And then, I think that, would they benefit from Wind Fury, you think? I think they would.
The hunt awaits.
Okay, let's go.
Justice, now is the time.
Enjoy your final moments.
Flee or die.
You wish to test me? Come. Such a crude language. Bondal!
Quick save now.
I can wait no longer. Renan's blessing.
Use your ultimate.
For the good of all listeners.
Again, it's kind of like, I think we just have to pick one and focus them down. They're going to be able to heal each other, I think.
Enough games!
I await your command.
Okay, 1 down, 2 down.
Lucky.
So they have complementing spells. I think Galathos would have been the best to kill because he has that AoE heal.
I'm listening.
Oh, dude, don't.
I await your command.
The betrayer meditates just beyond.
Prepare your forces before you step into the Waygate, and it's advisable to save
We're
now.
wasting
Yeah,
time
miss
here.
me with this shit
Now
with
is
like,
the
oh, I'm gonna summon in units. Guess what? You're all already dead. So like, fuck out of here. All right, move up with everybody.
My strength is
Just grab a bunch of these and hotkey them and move them up. I assume going through will bring everybody through anyway. All of our casters, I feel like, are gonna die near instantly. So let's
my strength is yours.
let's just cast what we can at the beginning, and then it's
May
gonna
the
be
light
a
guide
test of
you.
endurance to see like, can our heroes
Renan's
survive or not?
blessings be upon us.
And here's hoping.
How can this old one
Here is hoping. Okay, so let's quick save now, and what I will do, I will try to do the same thing I've been doing, but there's no way that these buffs are going to last through the entirety of the fight.
We must hurry.
Okay, let's go. Let's quick save. We're going through. Here we go, boys. The timer on our magic immunity is ticking down, though, so by not skipping this cutscene makes it harder.
Akama, your duplicity is hardly surprising. I should have slaughtered you and your malformed brethren long ago.
We've come to end your reign. My people and all of Outland shall be free.
Boldly said, but I remain unconvinced.
Their fury pales before mine, Illidan. We have some unsettled business between us.
The time has come. The moment is at hand.
You are not prepared. Come, my minions. Deal with this traitor as he deserves.
Ah, my long hunt is finally over. Today, justice will be done.
Oh my god.
Feel the hatred of 10,000
Recast it all.
years.
I have waited for this moment for years. Illidan and his lapdogs will be destroyed.
It looks like the portals are destructible. We need to get some forces on those. Trying to like taunt as well. Let's divert some, go on the portal.
I will not be touched by a wrath such as you. The flames of Asenath.
I am the blade of the goddess.
Okay, so we got some big boys here.
Now is the time.
I guess throw down some umbral traps.
Give in to your fear.
Okay, one down.
Now is the time. Bless
You've wasted too much time, mortals. Now you shall fall.
Yeah, damage boost. The music's changing a lot.
Excellent. No problem.
You know nothing of power.
Beware his gaze. Do not look into his eyes.
Is this it,
Whoop.
mortals? Is this all the fury you can muster?
Oh!
It is time to take a stand.
The reckoning is at hand.
We do not fear you. This ends here.
Let's go, boys! Get in there. Hit him with a pyroblast. Use your spells.
Impossible.
Oh my god.
Will lead us to victory.
We will have justice. Salama Ashalanore.
Keep him silenced.
Give in to your fear. Power of the demon within.
Oh, he's mad. Oh, he is going to roast us.
That is for Naisha.
I can't even pay attention to what he's doing. I just have to use my spells and hope that it works. We got him! We got him, boys. We did, I think we did really well there.
right. Nothing. Farewell, champions.
The light will bless these dismal halls once again. I swear it.
Everyone survived. Let's go, boys. Well, not our supporting units, but all of our heroes survived. That moment when Ishana and Vorenthal show up is pretty flippin' sweet. I do have some final closing thoughts I want to give on this campaign, so let's watch the epilogue and go from there. What I will say is, I think it would probably be a good idea to make the music quieter in the cutscene at the end there when the voice acting is happening, so it's balanced a little bit better so you can actually hear what the characters are saying. Here we go, The Warden's Farewell. Sometime after the battle. That was sweet. That was awesome. That was a good last mission. Again, I have thoughts specifically on these dungeon/raid maps I'd like to share more beyond what I've already said in the past that I think maybe could be helpful. I'm ever grateful for your aid, High Priestess and Lady Soraya. We could not have done it without you all. I cannot seem to find the Blood Elf Seer. Did he go somewhere? Vorenthal was rather quick to flee after the battle, stating that he has matters to settle with his people now that Kael'thas is dead. I can imagine that his people are in great disarray with Illidan and Kael'thas dead. Now they can only fend for themselves. Hopefully they could settle those matters accordingly. I was meaning to give my thanks to him as well, but perhaps another time. I could send your gratitude to him when I meet him in Shadrath, for I'm sure he will be there once he's done with this mess. I'm grateful for that, High Priestess. Perhaps you could do the same to Adal and Velen. Very well. Now we have to leave, Akama. I hope you and your people well. We will be going home now, Akama. Take care. It's done. He's dead. You can now rest in peace, sisters. Mistress, the betrayer's body is already contained. All preparations for our departure have been done. Good work, Anindra. Now we shall depart from this godforsaken place. Maiev. Justice has been served. I am no longer needed here. I'll be rejoining my people back in Azeroth and deliver the news of what has happened here. It was a pleasure working with you, Akama. Our partnership ends here. I doubt our path will ever cross again. Farewell. Cool. We've done it. Very nice. And then the Legion invades again, and Maiev uncharacteristically releases Illidan, or helps the player release Illidan to fight them. I do feel like Maiev is underused in World of Warcraft. I thought it was so cool how Akama and Maiev help you in the final Illidan fight in World of Warcraft. Like, it's a 25-man raid, and, like, Akama tanks Illidan, and then Maiev shows up, and you have to, like, drag him into her traps and stuff. It's pretty cool. I never raided much on the Sunwell Plateau. Black Temple was, like, the culmination of my raiding time in WoW, and that was really flippin' cool. But I feel like beyond that, I mean, she's a main character from World of Warcraft and just really doesn't... I'm sorry, Warcraft 3, and she just sort of doesn't show up in many places in WoW. Like, she shows up at some important places and then just isn't around like a lot of the other faction leaders are, which I think is a shame. So that's it. That's Shadows of Hatred. I'm actually going to back out of here so we don't have conflicting music. But I really enjoyed this. I think really good job, Sclammerz. I would recommend this to most people, but I would not recommend hard difficulty. Again, I think it's just these boss fights are a little too fast-paced to the point of being chaotic, and as such, as I said before, my recommendation is give the bosses more survivability, make the fights last longer, and by extension, reduce the amount of damage their abilities do. Because, I mean, I cheesed a lot of the bosses by giving myself magic immunity, so I never saw their abilities, but the other thing I was going to say is because the fights are so fast-paced, if the bosses do have some unique qualities to them or aspects to their fights, I never saw them because, again, I sort of felt like I had to cheese them or they would kill all my stuff super-duper quick. So if you want to make, like, a more unique set of boss fights, my recommendation is you need to make the fights last longer, and you can artificially do that by just giving the bosses more HP, but also reduce the amount of damage that they do to basically allow the player to understand what's happening in the fight before the fight kills them. I think this is sort of a fundamental idea if you want to make, again, more like engaging boss battles as opposed to sort of repetitive boss battles. A lot of these where you engage the boss, they have some AoE abilities that'll kill your other outlying units. They might summon in some adds at phase 2. They unholy frenzy themselves and attack super quick, and whoever they're focusing down might die if you don't use your spells. Right, and they usually have an AoE stun, too. I feel like that's a lot of the bosses. At the very least, that was my perception of all of the bosses, and I think that's worth sharing. Even if I'm wrong, it's worth sharing that I perceived a lot of the bosses to basically be that formula, which is okay, but I feel like this campaign does breach into, again, more of like a boss gauntlet type thing as compared to super macro-focused. I like the macro missions, by the way. They were great. I think Mission 2 and Mission 3 both, though, do need updated so that they actually reflect... in terms of macro sense, like what they were trying to do as opposed to how they ended up. I think the execution was just slightly off, and that could be fixed with some relatively minor tweaks to the way the AI functions, the enemy AI, and probably your allied AI in Mission 3 as well. Anyway, again, when you breach into, like, this campaign had, like, dozens of bosses, right? Because it brought in all the bosses from Hellfire Citadel and Coilfang Reservoir and Tempest Keep and Black Citadel. I would have liked to see more variety to what they did. I liked all the models that were used. I liked the voice acting that was brought in. I liked the music that was used. Really well done. I really liked the Illidan fight, and that one was the last one, so of course it was challenging and it felt difficult, and so I liked that quite a bit, of course. But again, I think some of these other bosses could have stood to have some unique... more unique encounters that, like, required you to avoid different types of abilities or something else. Interestingly enough, I think one of the more unique bosses that sticks in my mind is that boss that I was dying to in Hellfire Citadel. Now, obviously, if I could go back and play Hellfire Citadel again, it would go a lot better because I have a better idea of what I'm doing, and maybe I'd actually use Umbral Trap. So I recognize I screwed up a lot in this campaign, specifically in just not using Umbral Trap, which is a really strong ability. I just forgot to use it in many instances. But I also used a lot of the tools at my disposal across the 3 different tech trees that were available, and that was really cool. We had the Draenei, we had the Lost Draenei, and we had the Broken Draenei, and then we had Maiev's faction. And so being able to use all of those was really fun. Your AI allies were all really strong and competent, which I appreciated. I think the layouts of all the maps was really well done. A big improvement from version 1. Like Battle for Shatrath was really fun and challenging, And I remember it from version 1, and it felt like way, way, way harder. I'm also a better player than I was back then. I don't know by how much, but I'm definitely better now. I feel like, at least in this case, I'm not reliant on just my hero abilities. I'm actually using my other units in some capacity. But it gets to a point where the enemy is so strong that these extra units that you have that aren't your heroes die so quickly that you almost feel like it's pointless to have them at all. But their abilities are really, really strong, so it's worth at least trying to get some of those spells off before they die. Anyway, hopefully, again, that's kind of helpful. I don't expect, all these boss fights to be redone, and I don't think every single boss fight needs to be some glorious, unique thing that we've never seen before, but I think it could stand to have some more variety. It did have variety in the sense that the bosses were, had different skins and such, and they did try to emulate some stuff from the original, from, like, Burning Crusade itself, so I really appreciated that. It's hard, though, to think of, like, interesting and unique boss fight concepts, especially in maps where you're given access to such powerful tools as well. So, it's hard to, make it so the player can't just outright negate whatever those bosses are doing. So, as it stands, I think it's great. I really enjoyed it. It didn't feel repetitive to me. Like, the Black Citadel map was actually really fun, and a lot of that is because of nostalgia, and I recognized all of the bosses. I think if maybe I was going in and didn't recognize any of this stuff, it might have started to feel a little repetitive. I'm not sure. In any case, I would definitely still rank this campaign in probably the upper echelon of Warcraft 3 campaigns. It's very well polished. One low-hanging fruit that could be knocked out that would be very easy to do, and it would improve the quality in a noticeable way, is have a native English speaker just proofread the script and just fix the grammar. It's not something I ever blame creators for it. I wouldn't, like, knock a star off of my rating of the campaign for it, but it is one of those things where you could easily get a lot of the poorly translated English stuff. You could just have someone just fix those for you. I'm sure someone would be willing to do it. Hell, maybe I would be willing to do it if you sent me all the scripts in, like, a text dump. I could just go through and fix them. But yeah, again, that's just sort of a fairly minor thing that would have a noticeable impact to the casual player. All right, well, yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Nice work, Sclammerz. I appreciated this update. Honestly, I knew you had said you were thinking about updating to version 2 for a really long time, like years now, and I've been really excited and waiting, and when I saw that you actually updated 2.0, I got super hyped, and then I saw you were making hot fixes, so I waited for a few, and I'm glad I did. And I'm really happy that you returned to update Shadows of Hatred, because this is a really good one, and I really like how faithful it is to Burning Crusade. All right, well, thanks everyone for watching. Leave your feedback for Sclammerz specifically below. I'm sure he'd really appreciate it. Or go to Hive Workshop, download it, play it yourself, leave a review there. That would probably be better, to be honest. So do that, and I'll see y'all next time for whatever we're playing next. Bye-bye.